Why don't you
I
watch?
literally haven't.
Why don't you watch
I haven't watched.
WWE?
Me personally, I was a WCW dude. So I had stopped watching WWF a long time ago. When they first started doing that old bullshit.
Like, what's the
So
bullshit you're talking?
once they brought out WCW, I gave him a chance. I watched it for a little bit, but once they did that shit to Booker T, when he first came on there with when he first came on, the main one asked him who he was and all that shit. The Rock asked him who he was, or who you think you are, or something. When he first came on there, y'all remember that?
Yeah, he said people like you don't win championships and all that.
Say it again.
When he said people like you don't win championships.
When Booker T first came on and face with Rock, and Rock said, "Who you?" Remember that?
Oh yeah. He like, who are you? He called him a Rudy Poo and all that.
That was the last WWE show I watched. Cause right there and there, it didn't make any sense. Why we ask who was him? This man won so many titles in WCW, it didn't make any sense. Everybody knew who the hell he was.
Yeah, Booker T had already established a reputation before he even got one.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a fan of WCW myself. I think I was rooting for WCW, but towards the end, towards the end, it was kind of a sad, tragic. Same with ECW. I loved ECW too.
Well, we're live, and how's it going, people? American Alucard. American
WWE period, but I just don't watch. I just never watched it. I don't watch it, so I just don't know nothing about. I can't refer anything to that or anything. I just watch TNA. I only watch RoH. I try to watch that. I don't like that shit.
What's wrong with RoH in your opinion?
I ain't like it. It just looked like it's like something you don't want. It make you depressed watching wrestling. So like what are you still watching this shit for? You know what I'm saying? If that was the only wrestling on, it wasn't no such thing as TNA or nothing else, and that was the only thing on, shit, that'd be depressing. Like, what the fuck? Then you see people from TNA on there, but they old as fuck. Like my man and them, I used to like them though. Addiction or something.
Yeah.
I used to like them though, but they old, man.
Yeah, they're like 45, going on 50 years old.
What I like about TNA, they kind of flip their roster around where it's young. Everybody young. It's a whole young roster. They kind of prepare more for the future.
Well, like, how you feel about the people saying Ring of Honor should replace TNA on Destination America?
That's a joke. That don't even make any sense. That right there, by them being on the same channel like that, looking at each one of them, you can tell the difference. One's just way more better quality wrestlers. It's just better. I mean, to an average person looking at that don't be in the wrestling world, you watch one and then watch the other, you just like something just a warm-up act for this right here, for TNA. It just looked like some backyard shit or something, man. I don't know what the fuck. I'm looking at Kazarian like, what the hell are you doing on here? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? This shit look terrible, Slim.
Like you're talking about the production value and how they're set up and everything.
The wrestling itself, them niggas on the mic is terrible. I'm listening to them like, what the fuck? Half of them, I can't understand what they saying. There's one of them that kept coming on the joint with the beard or something. He got a beard. He kept talking about chickens or some shit.
Oh, Mark Briscoe. I'm not gonna say anything again. Mark. I like Mark Briscoe. He's a wild man. He's kind of funny.
I can't do it. I can't do that. I can't do
I think TNA is calling his name personally myself. I mean, me and American were both saying that.
Yeah, personally, if you put both of them side to side, you just walking into this, not knowing anything, there's no way you could say RoH is even on the level of TNA. This don't even make any sense.
Would you say, I've heard this, Ring of Honor is the #2 promotion now, that it has a Sinclair Broadcasting deal and it's on Destination America? We say now it's the #2 promotion?
No, I couldn't say that.
You can't, because right now, I think TNA is like what, 200 countries?
Yeah.
They be having shows sometimes they don't even have on in here. Like I watched a show last week that never even aired here on Destination America. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So they be having shows out there. TNA big out there. Like they get like WWE in another country, in other countries. So
It's true.
to other people, WWE is not no big thing. It's nothing. It's just all wrestling to them, and the best one is the best one, and that's TNA. So they're not stuck on like what's WWE or RoH. They're not stuck on names. They really like what's the best, and TNA is the best show. It's just hands down the best show. But I can't say it's better than WWE because I don't watch that.
Right. Well, you aren't missing anything on WWE. Well, let's not really talk about WWE because we're going to do this Ring of Honor / TNA review. Did you watch Ring of Honor this week, Rabbit?
Nah, I watched a little bit with the dude come out with two guys or something. I don't know what was going on, man. Then I seen the Briscoe. I think one of them was talking or something. I seen ODB. She on there? I seen ODB. I didn't know she was there.
She's there.
From time to time, not all the time, but from time to time.
It's kind of like a part-time thing. It's not really like a set-in-stone thing.
I used to like her. The only problem she had, her character wasn't. She didn't have a character.
Yeah. She never.
I ain't like the way her role was. It just come out there bam all the time. That get played out.
That's her character in Ring of Honor also, though.
See, that's probably why they got rid of her, because she couldn't flip her styles or nothing, man.
Mm-hmm.
People be thinking it's all on the writers and all of, you know what I'm saying? It's on the wrestlers, man. They got the airtime, they got the mic. And the TV and the company can only last with them for so long, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't just drag the company down with you. Because you can't get the crowd in and none of that. That's not their fault.
You can't change it. Like Eric Young changes his character all the time and everything like that.
And then, like, he could change his character, but at the same time, he gets the crowd to go wherever he going. Him and Rude. Rude, too. Rude can switch up. He be heel one day, good the next. And you can go with him. Any way he go. That means that person good.
American, we were talking about Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah, we're just like freestyle.
Me and you kind of agreed here. There was only 2 good matches. The rest of it was pretty much kind of blah, meh, kind of. Me and you both said that we were sitting down together when I was streaming it online on popular TV. We were both saying the same thing. It was kind of just like, it was just ugh. It was all over the board.
The wrestling quality was not bad, but it's mediocre. But let's get into the show. We can breeze through this real quick about the Ring of Honor review, because whatever. But first match, The Addiction, aka Kaz and Daniels versus Red Dragon, but somehow Kaz and Daniels got Bobby Fish's plane delayed, so it had to be Kyle O'Reilly versus The Addiction. Pretty good match. Kyle O'Reilly put on a good effort, but in the end, The Addiction get disqualified because Daniels hits him with the belt. Thoughts on that match or anything? Who watched the match?
I watched the match with you. It was good for what it was, but I just felt like it was just Kylie O'Reilly was just kind of overpowered, overmatched. You could tell, and then it was kind of a setup, kind of.
So let me ask you two about you watching RoH and TNA. Which one you feel they doing better in? RoH or when they was in TNA?
They had more TV time on TNA. They did better stuff. They were more funnier. The
TNA stuff was better.
It's like a step back, really. I mean, not saying they're bad, but it's just like it feels like they went low budget.
Exactly. That's what I see too when I turn it on. It's like somebody just got the camera in the backyard somewhere. I don't want to see that. What good the wrestlers are. I don't even want to see that.
I'll say about Ring of Honor, it just feels like to me they just put a camera somewhere in the building and they just shot it for internet value. It just feels like it should. I don't know if you're gonna be on Destination America. Personal opinion, they should step up their game.
They gotta be ready for that. Yeah, exactly.
You know, it should not be all pre-taped like months ago, pay-per-views ago. You know what I mean? And then we get it now. It should be like current stuff.
All right, so let's move on to the next match.
Jay Lethal.
Oh, go ahead. What were you about to say about Jay Lethal?
I seen him on one of the promos or something.
Yeah, he's challenging for the World Heavyweight title. Like, the whole storyline with that is he feels that as the television champion, his title is more important than the World Heavyweight title. So he's challenging the world champion, Jay Lethal, for all of the belts.
Okay, I got you.
But then let's get into the next match. Jujin Thunder Liger versus Dalton Castle.
Oh, man. This is Son or something?
Oh.
Wait.
What? You said that?
He's walking.
But
what match are we talking about now?
Dalton Castle versus Jujin Thunder Liger.
That was a pretty good match, though.
Okay.
To be honest, it was a pretty good match. But again, he's in New Japan. You know, you're not really going to see him on TV oftenly, and that's the thing with Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, and I'm going to say this. We both agreed with this. It's kind of a development kind of area for TNA and WWE. Just flat out.
Yeah.
Most talent, and I don't think the Briscoes are going to stay there very much longer. I really believe that.
They just signed a 2-year contract, so either they're going to stay there for the rest of their lives, or they're going to go in the next 2 years.
They have to. I mean, what is Ring of Honor really going to do with them? Nothing. I'm sorry, most Ring of Honor talent, have you noticed, have gone either to TNA, have made a career, and have sticked with being TNA, or they either go to WWE under NXT development contracts. So that's the thing I've noticed. So, like, Ring of Honor, now watching it for the first time on Destination America, and I watched that match, it was great and all, but I agree. I don't want to butcher his name. What's his name? Sorry.
Jujin Thunder Liger or Dalton Castle?
To the other guy in our party. Sorry.
Oh, Rabbit.
Rabbit. Okay. Yeah, I agree with Rabbit there. It was pretty much looked like backyard wrestling. It just looked like they weren't ready for prime time. And if you're gonna go on before a really good production TNA, you better step your game up. You better give the fans why they're better. I just felt like I was watching it on the internet. On the internet. I just felt like I was watching it back on the internet back in the days, when we did reviews for it.
And that's not a knock against the wrestling. That's a knock against the company and the production value.
Well, the wrestling could be great. I won't default the wrestling tonight. It was good, but the thing was that the production just kind of ruined it. You could have the greatest wrestling ever and have a really shitty production. And honestly, the I don't know, maybe it's just me. I lost disconnect with Ring of Honor tonight. Like, I felt like they're trying, I don't know, to do catch up as they're doing. You know what I mean? They have a Tenatron. They're trying to do so much catch up. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it was like an ECW. Remember back in the day, ECW? It feels like ECW to me.
Well,
not the extreme stuff. Like more like the production value.
Well, getting back into the Liger versus Castle match, like y'all say, it's a pretty good match. Liger, for his age and everything like that, they always go to his age.
He could still fight.
Still go. Dalton Castle, I think T-Sean said this. They have bland characters in Ring of Honor, and Dalton Castle, he sticks out like a sore thumb. The guy has a lot of personality. He has a great character, whether you like that or not. He does the whole am I gay, am I not gay type of thing. It sticks out in Ring of Honor. He wrestles pretty good. And then at the end of the match, Julian Thunder Liger wins with the Brainbuster. Solid match overall. Had some good entertaining stuff with the Du Bois on the outside. Pretty good match, you know.
It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but I'll say this for every match tonight. They need to fix the camera stuff, man. No joke. The camera stuff needs to be fixed. Like, no joke. ASAP. That's a need. That's a want. Like, you know, the match, honestly, that match could have been 5 stars if they would have just fixed the cameras. Because I did what I liked about the match. He used the Brain Buster, and he was kicking out of all the moves. Every move Liger was doing, that he was kicking out, and I was like, whoa, this match is going to be, you know, 5 stars. And the camera angles didn't really sell me. You're supposed to sell me to this match. You know, Ring of Honor, you're supposed to be big time now. You know, you're in big time slot next to NXT. You know what I mean? You're going on at the same time as NXT. Give me production value. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell me the match. But it did sell me, but the camera was really bad, honestly.
Well,
but overall, I did like the ending where they did shake hands and, you know, the respect level. I did like that.
What did you
That was
think,
a cool
Rabbit?
thing.
What did you think, Rabbit? You still there? Not really. Hello? Rabbit. I think he's having technical issues.
Yeah. I think his mic's muted.
I think the mic's muted on his side. Well, I guess we can move on to Cheeseburger versus Brutal Bob. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna say this was a pretty good match. For what it was, Cheeseburger hits that open palm strike, completely devastates Brutal Bob, but in the end, Brutal Bob gets the last laugh by hitting a a sidewalk slam.
He sidewalk slammed through a table. That was epic, though. Sidewalk slam after he shoved him out of the ring pretty decently hard. I felt that. Like, no joke, watching it on TV, I felt all that, what Cheeseburger was going through. Cheeseburger got, pardon my English, he got F-U-C-K out.
So it's a good build-up match until, I guess, at Best in the World, Brutal Bob versus Cheeseburger. But, okay.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Can I say this? I'm gonna quote I'm gonna quote Tyrus Crew here. You got no cheeseburger on these buns. He just got rocked.
But as a guy, if you're first not seeing Cheeseburger, are you excited for Cheeseburger versus Brutal Bob at a pay-per-view? If you're going to a pay-per-view, are you excited for that match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheeseburger is exciting because here's the thing. Cheeseburger reminds me of Spike Dudley. But better. Kind of a Spud, kind of, where you know he's going to give you all he has, and you know he's going to get finished by something unique and challenging. He's going to kick out of everything, and you're going to finish him with a finisher through something. A table, a chair, or something. And you know he's going to bleed, and you know he's going to give you all he has. So, honestly, Cheeseburger, I've never experienced Cheeseburger before. Now, for the first time experiencing him and seeing him on TV, I like his character. I think he's funny. I think he should come out personally. Like what movie was that? From Kenan and Kel, Good Burger. He should come out with that Welcome to the Good Burger thing. That would be cool. Make his character funny.
You can move on to the main event. Bullet Club versus the Kingdom. When I say Bullet Club, it was Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson versus the Kingdom's Michael Bennett and what was the other guy? Matt Taven.
Matt Taven.
Maria Kanellis, fucking hot.
I agree with you, Maria, man. Whew. Put her on some glass. Let those puppies dance.
Yeah, I don't get that reference, but I'll agree with that.
I'm quoting old school WWF, Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, yeah.
Puppies.
Maria Kanellis, damn. We can just talk about her hotness all night, but we can get into the match. Pretty good, pretty solid, but it ends in disqualification. because the Bullet Club shoves down the referee and hits the Kingdom with steel chairs. The frustration overtakes them because of the Kingdom's shenanigans or whatever. And yeah, it was all right. I don't know how did you feel about that?
I agree with you on that one. I like the match. I don't know, it was a little long and drawn out at the end, but I like what they did with Maria, almost giving her a thing through the chair. I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't seen that in years, though, personally. A woman going through some chairs.
What about when Taven jumped off the top rope onto the outside and Machine Gun hit him with the stun gun?
That was pretty cool. I like the modified what is it called? You keep correcting me on it. I call it a diamond cutter because I'm so used to DDP. Bang.
Ace Crusher, aka Machine Gun Carlson, calls it the stun gun.
Well, the Ace Crusher, okay, I get you're saying that, but I'm still gonna say diamond cutter. Always will.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But it's just what he calls it. You know, he calls it the stun gun, but it's everybody knows what it is. It's the Ace Crusher. It's the diamond cutter. It's the RKO. It's equivalent to the same thing. It's just how people name it and how people use it. That's all it is.
Yep.
There's no wrong way. But
the match was good though for what it was. You know, for the ending. You know, I did enjoy it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it's a solid Ring of Honor show. It's just some things need to be improved.
Well, I want to say this to people that are going into Ring of Honor and touting it to be the TNA killer. I want to say something about that. Think about this. TNA's been on TV for a while now. They pretty much have the production down packed. Sometimes TNA could be bad. But overall, Ring of Honor really has to step their game. And I'm going to kind of quote it to, like, you have baseball, you have the Major League Baseball, and then you have the minor leagues. And it kind of just feels like, well, you're the minor leagues of wrestling right now. And I get they pre-recorded all this stuff, and I know probably it's not going to get any better. But if Ring of Honor is going to continue at Destination America, they got to step up their game. Like, basic camera angles tonight were just, I don't know, I agree with Rabbit there, man. Just backyard, like somebody just holding a GoPro or something. It just didn't feel right. And you lose disconnect with the wrestling if you don't have, like, really good camera angles and stuff. But the arena was popping, though. Wherever they were in, they were popping. I mean, they love it. I mean, anytime I see a Ring of Honor show, people are popping for it.
Well, it's a smaller arena, and you got Ring of Honor has a lot of hardcore fans. So when they pop in that small building and like people are just pounding on that guardrail, it gets loud. Like I remember I went to a Ring of Honor show when people start pounding on it. I don't know what they put in that little plastic, but when they start doing that, it gets the whole thing loud. So
well, I've been to one Ring of Honor show in my life, and that was up in, I believe it was San Diego, I think. When they were doing their thing before the Las Vegas stuff, and it wasn't bad. I mean, I've been there. When they hit the like you said, when they hit the plastic, it is loud. Like I'll say this, for a small audience, a small crowd, right? You would think it would be quiet and boring, right? Not exactly, no. It's entertainment. It's energy rising. Ring of Honor fans are like, I don't know what to say, but they are energy packed. They make the night go around. That's all I'm gonna say there. The fans are the ones that make Ring of Honor good. Right, and they pump it up too. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah. So hopefully this is gonna bring Rabbit back into the discussion, but we're gonna talk about TNA, which. This is no fanboy stuff. No fanboy stuff here. This is honest opinion. TNA put on a better show tonight than Ring of Honor. I don't know if you agree with that, Tech Rev or Rabbit.
I'm 100% with you on that one. I'm 100.
As a better overall show, wrestling stories and everything like that. TNA,
he left.
He'll probably be back. I think he's going home or whatever. We were still up, but yeah, Rabbit, if you don't come back or whatever, we'll get you next time. But anyway, I say that not to just throw dirt in Ring of Honor fans, because hell, I like Ring of Honor.
I think Ted Rowe, he's a kind of a fan of Ring of Honor or whatever.
I want to say this: Ring of Honor. I'm a huge fan of Ring of Honor. I've been a fan of Ring of Honor since 2004 when CM Punk was there. Now TNA came out, and I think TNA was what, 2005? Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good.
2005, right? TNA.
Yeah, 2002, I think.
2002. I started watching TNA back in 05 when CM
I
Punk was
started
there.
back when it was on. It was on pay-per-view when I first started watching.
The 10
but American, I can agree with you on the production value. I do agree. I like Ring of Honor, but what's kind of getting me kind of puzzled is that you were online. Okay, you were online. I couldn't get it. It was on CW, and then now you're on Destination America. The thing that really irks me is that you were on internet broadcasting and then on CW, and you did the same thing there. I'm going to say is when you get to the big times, like the top spot, and you're competing with 3 other wrestling productions, wouldn't you step your game up with like cameras and audio and wanting to show the world why people want to come and watch Ring of Honor? I shouldn't have to feel like kind of disconnect with the whole camera situation. And that's kind of them dropping the ball with production. I agree with anybody there. I read a lot of Twitter posts today after it was over saying, what's up with the cameras? The lighting was kind of dark too. Do you notice the lighting was kind of dark?
Yeah.
They need to fix some stuff, but if they're going to continue this, I don't know if I'm sorry to any Ring of Honor fan. I just don't know how they're going to continue with Destination America. I really don't, if they can't get that kind of stuff together.
Well, hey, Raymond, what? Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I wish they had, instead of putting Ring of Honor in that hour, they should have made that whole hour like a knockouts hour, just all female wrestling.
That would be cool.
Well, like comparing both shows, not on any fanboy stuff. Which was the better show? If you're just coming in this as a wrestling, we're all wrestling fans, but coming in this with no whatever, which was the better show? In your opinion?
You already know how I feel. It's automatic. It's like night and day. It just I couldn't watch it. I had to turn it.
Just for the Kurt Angle match alone, TNA did it better than Ring of Honor tonight. That match was just pure wrestling. I was at the edge of my seat. I was cheering left and right for Austin Aries to win it, and I was entertained throughout that match.
X Division match too.
That X Division match was good. I just thought that TNA personally tonight put on pay-per-view type style matches, and that's on TV. And I'm sorry to say this, but an American, I've told you this every time. Yeah. I think they did better than Raw this week.
They always do better. Yeah, always do better than Raw. But let's get into the show. So it starts off with EC3 doing a sit-in. He's mad that he's not number one. He's not facing Kurt Angle tonight for the TNA title. Kurt Angle tells him to get the hell out of the ring and shut up. EC3 leaves, and then we have the first match: Spud versus Kurt Angle. Now I know a lot of people on the internet, especially like these guys on the YouTube, were trashing this match even before watching it, saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a bad match because Spud's in it. Spud doesn't deserve to be in this spot. Spud's too small." I think in this match, Spud proved a lot of people wrong, and a lot of people, after watching this match, if they watch it with a fair eye, if they watch it with no hate and just as a wrestling fan, they've got to be eating crow because Spud, for his size and who he faced, he put on a hell of a match. Spud, he's surprisingly a lot in this match. Well, not really me, but he did a lot of good things in the match. And even though he didn't win the match, he taps out the Kurt Angle's ankle lock. He put on in defeat. He comes out looking like $1 million because it puts him up there to where you could see him going for the world title and not look like a complete fraud or complete BS. How'd you feel about that, Rabbit?
I like this because it got a lot of moving parts in here. Because you got Angle, you got my man, what's his name?
EC3.
Aries.
Oh yeah.
You got Aries, EC3. You got a lot of things mixed up in the pot. And then at the end, it's all just the boost angle. At the end, angle will be 2 people at one night. That's good. That's tight. You know what I'm saying? So at the end, it's really angle getting over. At the end, and then you sweeping away all the side things, so EC3 can have a straight shot at angle with nobody stepping in no more. So I like this whole thing.
Well, how'd you feel about Spud
EC3,
going? Well, how'd you feel about Spud before the match and after the match? Before and after.
Spud.
Yeah, before the match. Before the match.
I used to like Spud. Spud funny when he's with EC3. They was funny together. I don't know. They should have never broke them up. But they was funny.
Yeah.
But to me, once he get in the ring, he can do some certain things that can keep you on the edge. You know what I'm saying? He can come off the top of the rope. He can do certain things in the ring. He real athletic. So I mean, he's not as small. He's short. That's the same thing as EY. EY's short, but they ain't small, man. Because you put them side by side with Angle, they ain't small. Too much smaller than Angle. Especially EY. EY ain't too small. But Spud, I like Spud. Character. I like his character. I'm not an EC3 fan, but I got into him. He got the whole thing wrapped up in one. He got the whole pro wrestling thing. He pro wrestling wrapped up. He is what pro wrestling. Like right now, you don't know what his moves are, his wrestling moves are, or nothing. You just know his finisher and his character. That's pro wrestling right there. Just like Hogan. He don't wrestle, but he's the most famous wrestler in the world. Because it's pro wrestling. It ain't about wrestling. If it's all about wrestling, you need to watch NCAA. You need to go watch some college wrestling. You want to watch some real wrestling. When you watch pro wrestling, you need to have like EC3, the mixture. He got the whole thing. He got the body, he got the look, the mic. I'm not even a fan of him, but he just got it. You know what I'm saying? He got all that wrapped in one. And the character. That's a perfect character, too, to have a nephew of the owner. That's tight.
Yeah,
I like that character.
I feel like they were gonna go with that character either way, but it was gonna take a certain wrestler to fulfill those shoes. Because let's face it, EC3 in some wrestlers' hands, it could have blew up and been a big tub of shit.
Oh yeah. I agree with that. But that's what most characters. That's what most things. That's what I was telling you earlier. It ain't really the writers. It's the wrestler. They gotta take whatever given to them and turn itself into a star. And it's up to the company to either ride behind them once they get that torch behind them to push them, or let them fall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people, you just gotta let them do it. Like EC3, they gave him a chance. He ran with it, and he ain't looked back since. That's how they gave it to Bram. Bram ran with it, and he ain't looked back since. That's what you gotta do. Some people, they give it to him, and they don't do nothing with it.
That's another drop ball by WWE Bram. Well, I don't know if Bram was a drop ball.
I'll say this: Bram's I agree with the American there. He's kind of a drop the ball moment. WWE dropped the ball with him. But I do agree with you.
They fired him because he got drunk and beat up some cops. So I don't know if that's on them or.
And another one. But if you could say that too about EC3. EC3 was a byproduct of WWE, and they dropped the ball. And TNA picked him up, and I like what they're doing with him. They're letting him be his own character. And if you see him in other wrestling,
mixed with EC3, like it's his old character mixed with the EC3 character.
Yeah, and I like that. They're letting him have a creative freedom. I like that, and I think honestly, what you're gonna see is personally, I think TNA right now is writing him as the main dude. I think he's going to get some time, and I think he's going to honestly beat Angle at Slammiversary. I feel that way.
Well,
the hype.
What you think?
See, this is why I like TNA, because it's a whole lot of ways somebody can all of a sudden be a champion out the blue. It's a lot of different ways. It's not just one champion and then somebody in the back saying, okay, it's his turn and his turn. It's like different ways. You feast the fire, or you win the X Division title. You put it up for the championship. It's like 100 ways you can try your best to get that title.
Well,
you can be in the top five.
Do you feel like when people cash in the S Division title for the world title shot, does that devalue the S Division title? In your opinion, Rabbit?
No. Because that's the whole point. You need the big chip. The big chip is TNA belt. So whatever belt you have, it don't matter unless you have that one. So if you have an opportunity, you had the belt at that time, Destination X come up, you got to cash it in. That's like the Super Bowl coming, you saying, oh, I'm good with the playoffs. You can have the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that too. If I lose, I lose. It's just that don't even make any sense. You got to go for that.
So next year, if a wrestler in the S Division says, I'm not cashing in the S Division title because I want to keep the S Division title and make it feel important, how would you look at that situation?
That's some silliness right there. Like if Kenny King, if he would have kept the belt, he needed to trade it in. That would have been a good match, him and Angle too.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to trade that in. If you got it, you got to trade it in. Because you'll never know if you'll ever have a title shot. This title shots don't come all the time. So if you got the X Division title at that time, you got to cash it in. You got to. All that trying to make the division whatever you talking about, nah. You got to get that thing up. You can come back to that later if you don't win.
And I agree with that. I think if you're kind of in the mid-card kind of talent range with TNA, I think you should take that X Division title and take it for what it's worth and get yourself a world title shot. I like that, and I like what they're doing with that too. It's kind of like you get one option. You can either cash it in or keep it and ride it out. And that kind of brings me. What do you guys think? Maybe a television title? Would you guys want to see a television title in TNA?
They have to have another title. They have to get another title.
Like a television?
Another title.
Because, I'm kind of thinking, they could make the television title pretty worth it, personally.
Because you can have a TV title right now on EC3. You need a title. You can have it on Bram right now.
Well, I want to see Bram win the X Division title, though. I really want to see Bram win it. Bram, his character right now is hot, and I like what he's doing, and he's destroying people, and I would like to see him as X Division.
Well, we'll get into that later. We'll get into that. Tech Rail, what do you think of the Spud Angle match?
Oh, dude, it made Spud look strong. I love it. I love the respect level Kurt Angle gave him after the fact. That's TNA. That's TNA for you. You don't see that oftenly in wrestling. I think Spud showed courage. I like Spud in general. I think Spud should get another chance at the title. Personally, I think he could win it personally, but just not today. I think maybe a year or two out from that, but I think personally he showed us guts and courage. And I really like him. I like him as a character, and I liked him when he was with EC3. It sold EC3 to me.
But now, if he never had the X Division title, you think he would have had a title shot right now?
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
No way, shape, or form. Exactly. So there's a lot of ways you can get a title shot. He would never get a title shot in the next 5 years if he ain't cashed this in. So he would have just been a mid-card talent, just winning just X Division title after X Division title, and possibly maybe tag team, if that. Yeah.
Or they would have had to put him on like a Rey Mysterio type of run where he kept beating like all these improbable guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that brings up my thing with the television title too. That just brings up my argument there with the television title. I think they should have one at least, another title.
They probably will in a little bit. But let's get into these 3 S Division matches. The first one, DJZ versus Crazy Steve versus Low Key. Pretty solid match. Low Key, straight MFing beast. He was just kicking the crap out of people, knocking people on their head. I'm disappointed in my man Crazy Steve. He didn't show up this match. Like, I'm not getting off the Crazy Steve bandwagon. Hopefully they let his character shine through a little bit, but he didn't really do anything in this match. Manic was pretty okay, but in the end, Low Key wins with the Warriors way off of the top rope onto Manic. 1, 2, 3. How'd you guys feel about this match?
I'll let Rabbit answer first on that one.
All I say is, my man is a cold monster.
Whew.
Man, when he came off that top of that thing and stomped that in his head, man, that's what I'm talking about. He can't stomp and slam with 2 feet. I likes that, man. That's my man right there. But him, I likes that. He nice. I mess with my man. That's my man right there. He should be the champion. For real.
You can tell he puts full force into it. Like I hate to keep bringing up WWE, but Finn Balor, he does the same thing. Correct? If I'm not correct, right?
Yes, he does in a way.
Finn Balor, he puts his knees all the way up to the guy's stomach, and barely gets his foot down. Like you can tell he soft lands with that shit. Low key, no fucks given. He's stomaching the shit out of you when he comes down.
Yeah.
That's true. Low key just looks at you angry and he just does it.
Yo, my man.
There's no joke. He's just angry. He does it, and there's just no care.
Yo,
I'm gonna stomp you in the ground, and you're gonna lose.
And then the look he gave you too, man. He the man.
The look he gave at the end was classic. Like he was just looking at it like, okay, I'm gonna win this bit. I'm gonna win this fucking belt.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody else.
He need that belt on him anyway. He'll beat.
Then let's get into the next qualifying match. Mandrews versus DJ's. Oh, whoa. It's kind of messed up on the thing. It was Mandrews versus DJZ versus Tigre Uno. And in the first match, it was Manic versus Crazy Steve versus Loki. Okay, let's get that correct.
Can I say one more thing about that match?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Crazy Steve kind of choked, personally.
Yeah, he's been. I guess because he hasn't been getting a push, he's been kind of laying back or whatever. Maybe.
I don't know. I just feel like they just keep putting him in matches and he just doesn't deliver.
And that's sad because I watched him on the indies and everything. He's a beast. He's a great mic talker. He can wrestle.
I went back and looked at him too on the indies too, yeah. But I don't see none of it right now. Nah, I ain't seen him doing anything in the ring that's special, nothing, anything. But I like his character. His character can get over.
Yeah, the character was over last year, but TNA didn't get behind it like they should have. I'm not saying they should have put the Esmond title on him, but they should have not had him job out for a whole year. That just killed his whole momentum.
If he turned into a dark clown too, that'd be a good character too.
I like that. Yeah, Attorney Hill could be great for him.
Yeah.
But okay, Mandrews versus DJZ versus Tigre Uno. Pretty good. This was the high flying match of the night. Like this match, it just kept going.
Yes, stop playing, man. What's his name? Mandrews.
That dude was just like rolling.
Oh, he be doing the flipping and stuff, man. Off to just standing there flipping. But Manic, oh man, that's my man too. I forgot about him too. That boy bad, man. Manic a beast.
Pay-per-view style kind of match. I wanted to continue, but unfortunately because of TV they couldn't continue it. TJ Uno, or if I'm saying his name right, Uno. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of him. I like him. I like his style. It reminds me of Rey Mysterio in a way.
He was trained by Rey Mysterio.
Okay. I just love his style, and I just love the wrestler. Mandrews. Mandrews is just somebody that is diamond in the rough right now, honestly, and just a couple of more matches with him, I think he's ready for big time.
I think he's just missing a character. Right now they just got him in there doing the Esmond and stuff. They probably take him on TV for a little bit and give him a character. He'll be essentially in this.
Get rid of those tights though on him though.
Yeah.
Make him more boss, make him more boss looking. I mean, I don't understand the yellow trunks with like sharks on them. I don't get it. Make him more angry, more mean, because his character kind of seems like that high flying. I'll try to beat you with my high flying kind of moves.
But I will say this, DJZ, he had a hell of a showing too. He had some very innovative moves like that thing we held Tigre, I think he had Mandrew's arms and then he kicked him in the face, then lifted him up for like a drop kick, and then he hit that.
That's what I was trying to think of.
DJZ. Right. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. DJZ. Yeah. He had a couple of nasty moves too.
I love DJZ, but fortunately, they got to have another feud, so he can't really win the title.
Yeah. But before the end, Tigre Uno, I like him too because like people think he's just a high flyer, but the guy pulls off some pretty beastly suplexes.
Yep.
He wins the match with the 450 reverse splash or Phoenix splash.
That thing was nasty.
And
Nasty.
Did you see him trying to land that off the side because he knew it was going to hurt the guy?
Oh man. What?
Like he landed it like half of the guy's body, not the whole thing, because he was trying not to hurt the guy. And I was like, "Whoa, you should just land the whole thing. That was pay-per-view status." I want to see more from him though.
Yeah,
more stuff like that.
I think he's gonna pull out more stuff in the pay-per-view match. Hopefully they bring it to pay-per-view or whatever. But after the match, Jesse Goddard attacks DJZ. I really do wonder where the storyline is going to go because you still have Robbie E involved. It's a storyline coming from the S division.
I think he botched that joint.
And, I'm excited for this. I'm excited. I think next week they're going to have Jesse Goddard versus DJZ, if I'm not mistaken. But moving on to the last and final qualifying match, it was Grado versus Kenny King versus who was the other guy? Oh yeah, versus a guy from AAA, Cruz. I like what TNA and Grado were doing, like in the segments before the match. They were like, Grado needs to get in shape to be in the S division match. He's too overweight. And then they tell him, look, Grado, it's no limits. He was like, I'm not too fat. No, you're not too fat. It's no limits. There was a direct shot at all these IWC, YWC marks who say the S division should only be filled with small guys. Who I guess they can't read. It's no limits, no weight limits, no height limits. Anybody can be S division champion. It's an intercontinental title. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
What was it? Just me. Rabbit kind of left, so
Okay.
he'll be back. Grado sold that match though. Grado is just funny as shit, man. Like, no joke. Like, he honestly, like, every time he got kicked in the face or something happened, he sold it so funny. Like, the comedic genius he is. Like, he was on the mat. He was, like, on the side of the ropes, literally acting comedy like he was dying in the back corner. Me, American, just for saying the same thing. Like, I know Kenny King was doing his thing. I'm a huge fan, but Grado on the side was just, like, selling the... He sold like these moves. Like when he got kicked, it was like more than a kick.
I'm not a big Grado fan. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't like Grado's wrestling. I think he sucks. But tonight, he entertained the hell out of me. I was laughing throughout the whole entire match. I liked it.
I like Grado as in comedy act, but not as wrestling.
I don't see him no more at all.
Well, what you say, Rabbit?
I don't want to see him no more at all. He was funny in the back though. We sweating this, but I don't want to see him in the ring at all. No more. Period.
He reminds me of Shark Boy.
But how did you feel about him taking jabs at people who don't understand that the S division is no limits? Or do you feel the S division should have limits? How do you feel about that whole no limits thing in the S division?
Yeah, I like the no limits because that's what make it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
No limits. Once you put limits on, then you got a cruiserweight division.
Yeah, exactly. I think people like forget, like they want the S division to be a cruiserweight division, but they don't realize that's what it means. No limits. Anybody in the division. Kurt Angle could be S division champion, and it makes sense.
Well, Samoa Joe was X division though, so he was pretty husky.
Yeah, and remember.
X division for real.
Oh shit! But you remember, like, you guys remember, like, when the S division really started to tank? It's when Hogan came there and he put the limits on the S division where it was only small guys and how bad it got.
Yeah. Hogan, that's my man now.
Yeah. But he almost killed TNA. But How'd you guys feel about the match? I was entertained by Grado, and Grado won the match with the rolling slice on Cruz. Kenny King did a pretty good job, but Grado tonight he fell short.
I don't know. I think Kenny King was kind of I don't know. He was tamed a little bit because of the whole Grado. Yeah, I kind of felt Kenny King kind of just dumbed down his moves a little bit, just a tad a bit, because of Grado. I felt like Grado just, I don't know,
stole the show.
Stole the show as far as comedic, but as far as wrestling goes, I get where Kenny King was doing.
Yeah.
He was kind of dumbing it down a little bit.
Well, Kenny King, go ahead.
Yeah, Kenny King a beast. That boy, he athletic, and he go on top rope. He nice.
Well, personally, I think he should be X Division champion. I'm a huge fan of his, and I think
he should start going for that title, that TNA title.
Too.
For real.
It's time.
If you give, he should be in the picture too. If you give it to EC3, if EC3 had the belt, there's a lot of people should be in the picture now. If he had the belt, like Kenny King, Gunner needs to step up. If EC3 had the belt, there's a lot of people that could be in the picture then.
Mm-hmm. I also like the I don't know if you guys noticed the promos that they did before the matches, like where they named everybody out in the S Division, like Grado, Kenny King, the King of the Night, Mandrews. That was some good stuff right there.
That's why I don't like what's the lady name that was doing that?
Christy Hemme?
Yeah, I ain't never like her, man. It's just like she say, and Gail Kim. It's like, huh? You know what I'm saying? No
excitement.
How much she weigh? Yeah. What's her favorite move? Tell me something. But when tonight, he sounds like he telling you something. Olympic gold medalist and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He putting stuff in there to make you say, okay, let me see this dude come out. You know what I'm saying? But Christy do it's like you got the dollhouse. Like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'd be lame, but you look good though.
There's no excitement to go into the match.
Exactly.
Well,
she's reading off it just feels like she's reading off of a cue card. Like, we got Kurt Angle over here.
Lame, man. Give me something. Give me something. This shit just give you nothing but the name. It's just lame.
Well, getting back to the S Division, we got 3 winners. We got Low Key versus Tigre Uno versus Grado, and they're going to be going for the S Division title. Now, me and Terry already talked about this. Rabbit, where would you want to see this match go down next week on the live show or on the pay-per-view?
Next week. I want to see Tigre Uno win too. I think he about to win.
Now,
for some reason.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bram says he wants to be in this 3-way, make it to a 4-way. How would you guys feel about Bram winning the S Division title?
They need to make him a hardcore belt for real.
Yeah, they need to make him a hardcore belt. I agree with that one. I could see him winning. The X Division. I could see it, but I don't know. Has he really earned a spot for it? Has he fought anybody that one of the contenders yet for it?
Nah. He's not really a contender for any belt for real.
Yeah, he's been out of sync for the last month or so, and he lost his last match. But I could see TNA just doing that, put him in the match for like a shock value.
But that's gonna have to be a pay-per-view though. Then at that point,
mm-hmm.
I agree. TK Uno should win the match, next week, and then you have a setup for Slammiversary. Exactly. With him and maybe like Kenny King or Low Key.
Or Low Key.
Well, we about to talk about the Bram versus Crimson match. It was a surprise to see Crimson back. Match was pretty solid. Bram in the end gets the win with the brighter side of suffering DDT. Would you guys like to see Crimson back, or were you okay with just this one night only Crimson showing?
I don't know. Crimson look a little rusty to me, but I like to see more him in there a little more and more. But he look a little rusty to me though.
It's nice to see him back. We haven't seen him in a while, in a bit. Just I like to see some new talent in TNA. It's good to see some old talent being revitalized for TNA. Unfortunately, he looked like he had a lot of rust, though. Or nerves.
Well, let's move on. The Dollhouse, they had a segment beforehand talking about Terrence Terrell's going to face Awesome Kong, but only in a lingerie match. And I was thinking to myself, Kong isn't going to come out in lingerie. No disrespect to Awesome Kong, but it wouldn't fit her character. And thankfully, she came out in her regular gear and just started smashing everybody's ass. But I know. I think Rabbit and Terrell would agree with me. This is no shot at WWE, but if this same match was in WWE, Kong would have came out in lingerie and tried to dance. I'm not. Do you guys agree with that?
I agree with you to that. I don't. Kong's more of I'm gonna smack you in the jaw kind of lady. I don't think she's gonna come out as sexy.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm saying
if they go that would be. I'm telling you right now. Long as she's been wrestling, she's been having the same thing about ODB.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing the same thing over and over. If they were to switch her up with this Terrence Terrell thing and had Terrence Terrell put some clothes on her, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. But I need to see Kong switch it up. She got to need a new character. She need to grab that mic. We don't hear her talk. She just needs to switch it up.
I will agree with you on that. She needs to grab the mic. She needs to be talk. She needs to talk. I agree with you on that.
Exactly. Because it's enough of this scary lady. You know what I'm saying? Enough of that. This 2000, it's 2015, man. That scary lady thing over. Ain't nobody feeling that. Even though she's still big.
The Dollhouse. Marty Bell calls Kong a big stupid oaf. Kong beats the shit out of Jade and Marty. And then Terrence Terrell says she's the winner. Brooke comes out with that ass.
Is it just me that Kong can be like a linebacker on a team? Like a football team, like on a defensive line, and with real men. And
how y'all feel about the doll? Is it better than Beautiful People to y'all?
Why not say it again?
Is it better than the Beautiful People, the Dollhouse?
I think it's too early to judge because the Beautiful People, they had like 3 to 5 years. Like
we haven't seen full potential yet of what they can do as far as Jade. I would like to see what Jade can do. We haven't seen really what she can do, or Marty Bell.
Marty hasn't had a match yet.
Star right there. She a star.
Who?
Marty Bell.
Oh.
Right there, that's a star. Her and Terrence Terrell stars right there in the making. If the writers in TNA don't know what to do with those two, they need to close up shop. They got those two.
The thing is, Marty Bell hasn't wrestled one match. Well, she wrestled a tag match, but she not really. She's gotten over it with just her mic skills.
We were talking about this before, while that lingerie thing. We were talking about Jade most of the time, me and you and American, because we've seen her on the independent scenes, and if they unleashed her with the Dollhouse kind of deal, she'll be big time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all three of them are big time, but for me, Taryn Terrell is going to drop the belt. I don't know to who, but they're setting it up for her to drop the belt for another virtual feud.
I hope it's not real. Go ahead.
Terrence Terrell, to me, she's my favorite female wrestler, period. That's a bad youngin', period. And now that she's on the mic now, she even better now. She vicious now. The more and more she on the mic like this as a heel, she get better and better. Better and better. I already know, for real, they was to put in certain matches where she can reveal some of her stunt devil or her stunt skills. She'll do stuff that most women in wrestling won't even do. Won't even attempt. When she first did that diamond cutter off the backstage on Gail, I'm looking at that joint like, huh? She went over the top and just went and hit her with the joint out the blue. Like, that's a bad young. Then she tried to hit her with the joint off the when they did the ladder match. Yes, indeed, she's a bad young. So now you mix that with the mic skills. They got money right there.
Yeah, I agree. She's the best character going now in TNA female wise. I wouldn't say she's like on the level of like a female Japanese wrestler, like a Kana or like any of the girls in Stardom. But for TNA and American wrestling, she's one of the best there as character in wrestling.
I'm gonna tell you, TNA got, you already know they got the best women's division.
Yeah.
But when you say Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, Mickey James, if I stop right there, it's not another division you can even. Those three right there would be the best in any division.
Well,
you put them in any women's division in the world.
Let's take away Mickey James because she really isn't wrestling anymore. And like if somebody came to the video, they'll be like, Mickey James doesn't even wrestle more. Can you add somebody else? Can you add anybody else into that right there?
You can say Mickey James because she in the storyline. You don't know how it's gonna go. How it's gonna end up. What she gonna be doing? So that's just
I think she's gonna be. I think she's gonna be part of the Revolution.
There's something going on where she gonna end up wrestling. And that's just another storyline for females too. There's like 4 storylines going on in the Knockouts division.
Well, I think Mickey James could be a manager of like a faction, like the Revolution.
It'd be cool to see her in the Revolution. But since we're talking about the Knockouts, before we get into the last match, the Kurt Angle versus Aries match,
can I interrupt you real quick about that lingerie thing? Brooke, I just don't see it. Is it just me? I don't know. Do I feel disconnect?
Don't see what?
I just don't. I really just don't see Brooke. I like Brooke, but her time has passed. It's like Taryn Darrell is better, and we all know that she's gonna lose.
Yeah.
And if TNA if TNA is gonna give her the belt again,
that would be stupid.
It'd be stupid. Yeah. Then what's the point of the dollhouse at that point?
Hopefully they don't.
If she was to lose the belt, and then they turn even more psychotic, that'll be good.
That'll be good. I can see that.
But let's talk about some other women's stuff in TNA before we get to the main event. I don't know if you saw this, Rabbit, but the Jessica Havoc racist tweets. How did you see? Did you see those?
Yeah, I've seen this.
How did you feel about that?
I mean, it's out there, man. It's just like anybody in any profession. It's them type of people in there somewhere. You know, they there. Once you weed them out, do you get rid of them or do you keep them? Is she still on the roster?
I think TNA let her contract run out. This is my personal opinion. I think they saw these tweets. They found them out. Didn't say anything, but they took her off TV. Which when Terrell won the belt off Havoc, I was like, that's kind of weird and kind of whatever. But now it makes sense. It makes sense to why they did that. They were probably like, okay. And they let her contract just run out. They were like, okay, we're going to take you off TV for a while. Let your contract run out. And then when people find this, because if she had still been on TV to this day, they would have said, oh, TNA hires racists. They're hiring racists. Look, TNA is, another shot at TNA. Whereas TNA didn't say, okay, we're just going to get this girl on TV. And I'm a Havoc fan. I was a Havoc fan, but I can't be a fan of somebody who does racist tweets. And she's hiding behind that thing of, I was young. I didn't know what I was tweeting. Nah. Come on, man. 4 years, you know what the hell you were saying. And people don't change in 4 years from not being racist. That's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
And if she did say it out of being young and dumb, that's just still, to me, that doesn't excuse it, You
can't have... You can't...
It was over the top, man.
You can't...
Well, yeah, and what does Mark Henry have to do with anything? Or Mark Henry.
You can't tweet at KFC channeling my inner nigger and expect her to say, okay, it's okay because you were young. What if you're at a wrestling show in the Indies or whatever? You have to deal with all kinds of people, black, white, Latino, and they all pay merchandise, the tickets. You don't you're taking a picture with a black guy. You don't care about him. You want to say fuck this nigga, but you're getting his money. That's what kind of shit is that?
See, that's why when you be looking at this, when people be off TV, on TV, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. You be wanting them on TV, but you never know. People be doing some crazy stuff. You never know what they're doing. And TNA probably have to take them off TV. You never know what's going on. But you want them on TV, like TNA taking them off, and the whole time they in the back doing dumb shit.
But do you think this ruins Harriet's career? I mean, if you were a WWE or TNA or Indies, would you even sign her to anything?
She done.
Hmm.
She cooked. I ain't got WWE touching her. I know she can come back
Um,
to you.
I know you guys are gonna probably disagree with me here.
But
I think talent trumps. I'm gonna take it as I'm gonna take it as a NFL kind of situation here.
okay.
I'm gonna take it like this. I'm gonna say like Ray Rice hitting his wife. I know he's never gonna be signed by another team, so I'm gonna take it as that standpoint. For her being racist, I think there's a lot worse in the world of things that happen. I know she's wrestling for an indie production. Would I sign her knowing that she would do that on a signed contract? Probably not. Probably not. Most likely because, that's my money and you're going around and spreading your filth on the internet. I just wouldn't want that in my, I wouldn't want you representing me, you know what I mean? As an organization. What?
You think she's talented?
I would say she's for a woman her size. I've seen her wrestle some pretty good matches.
She's wrestled some good matches.
I just say I don't see it.
Hmm.
I haven't seen it. I don't see it. When she had that match with Kong, I ain't see it.
Well, on the indies, she's got more freedom. On TNA, for what she said, that she didn't really have very much freedom. She was kind of a toned back version.
Yeah, what now?
She had a lot of sloppy matches too with Terrence Terrell, Gail Kemp. It was like she was the worst wrestler in the ring.
I will agree with that. But
Especially the last one when Turn run the belt.
I think she also had less than 10 matches, so we really didn't see the full thing of Havoc. But we probably will never see it because I can't see TNA bringing her back. Like you can't.
I think she would have to do a lot of. I would like to say this: a lot of apologizing and a lot of ass kissing to make things. A lot of Dixie Carter ass kissing, honestly, for that to happen. And if I'm Dixie Carter, I'd still tell her no to her face. Just because of what she does. Would I trust somebody that can go on the internet and blast off maybe about my company? You never know. She could be blasting off about the company. Do you want that representing your company? Do you want her representing the children or any organization like that? Mm-hmm. Knowing that she'll blast off about it as being a TNA wrestler. I think you hold that professionalism in wrestling to where you just don't go there. Honestly, and I think she went way over the line, above the line, and I honestly believe, her talent trumps that kind of stuff, but when you got a lot of angry people, you kind of got to go with the people on that one because you lose money. You lose a lot of money.
When you say when people do stuff on independent circuit, right?
Yeah.
When you say they come to TNA or I think WWE or RoH, they not doing that. I mean, this is the big league. This is where of course you can do all types of different things when it's Uncle Tom backyard wrestling. You know what I'm saying? You can do all types of certain things. You can jump off this. Things you can do that's not sensitive. But once you're on TV, major people got access to you. You can't do everything that you want to do like that. So inside the box of TV, pro wrestling, can you be good? That's the only way you will get paid. The independent circuit is not going to get you paid. It's on TV.
Not unless you just work a whole bunch of them, like the Young Bucks. You have to be on the road all the time.
You would have to be on the road all the time and go from show to show and get paid like what, hundreds of dollars per show? Not even that.
You literally got to be somebody just traveling all day wrestling. You can't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't see it.
But
that's Generation Me, right?
Yeah.
Well, really, to be honest with you, with when WCW, ECW, and stuff like that, we didn't have. From what I never knew what indie scenes were until now, until the last like 6 years. I mean, when ECW, WCW, I always thought like WCW always went out and stole their talent from, the other promotions, the other bigger promotions out there. Like, you had ECW talent in WCW.
Okay. Well, this is T-Sean. He's calling me on Facebook. What did you say, T-Sean?
All right, T-Sean, come join us on Hangouts here.
But I don't think what's her name?
Let me call you back in like 2 minutes or whatever, and I'll just whatever. Not that you want to just stay a part of the live stream right now.
Why don't you come on down, T-Sean? Tech Rep misses you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're getting into the main event: Austin Aries versus Kurt Angle. Really good match. I mean, you got Kurt Angle and Austin Aries. How could it be a bad match? Austin Aries loses to Kurt Angle via ankle lock. Not saying he didn't put on a valiant effort, but still, Kurt Angle wins with the ankle lock. Like I said, I'll say 4-star match. How did you guys feel about it?
I'm gonna say Oh, go ahead. You go first.
This pro wrestling right here is finest. This is why every night you watch TNA, you might not like some of the stuff, but you're going to get this right here before it go off. Nice pro wrestling. Nice match. This is what you get before you leave. I like that. This is a nice match right here. Good match.
I'm gonna give it 5 stars all the way. I mean, they were topping each other all night long. I wanted that match to continue. Honestly, I wanted more. Those ankle locks were interesting. Austin Aries getting out of them. Austin Aries giving his finest. He was trying to pull stuff out of the woodshed, man. Out of that box, man. He just pulled out, like, I don't think he could pull any more moves out. He didn't. Then he just pulled out the ankle lock because he was out of moves at that point.
You talking about Aries put Angle in the ankle lock?
Yeah, I just felt like he was out of moves, man. Like, he was frustrated. Kurt Angle is just, kicking out of everything. That's the type of match I want to, for a main event, man. That's pay-per-view status. It's worth it. For the fans that were there, it's worth every penny.
But again, the whole thing is to boost Angle. Again, this guy just beat 2 people in one night.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? You don't see what they doing, but underneath this whole thing is Angle being pushed.
Yep.
Well, what would you say to people who say Kurt Angle shouldn't be pushed because he's old?
I mean, he Kurt Angle. I mean, you can't get all 40-year-old, 45-year-old wrestlers, but when they're gold medalists and still in the shape that he in, you gotta roll with that.
Hey, they did that with Sting. They did that with Sting in TNA for a while.
Yeah, Sting was still in shape though when he got all those pushes and he was like over 40.
Well, yeah. So is Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
So he deserves kind of a push, and Kurt Angle looks healthy as he's ever been.
I got him still coming on top of that cage too.
So at the end of the match, after Angle wins, he gets attacked by EC3. EC3 ends the show by holding the belt up over his head. Looking forward to next week where it's going to be a contract signing, and I think I've got the other match. I forgot what other match. I don't think it's going to be the end of the 3-way match for the interim title. I think they may say that for a pay-per-view, but I'm not sure. But I know the contract signing is going to be next week. So overall thoughts on the show, guys. You go first, Tech Rail.
Overall great show. TNA every week. Every week puts on a glorious show. Gets us to watch. Every week. I kind of don't look at the spoilers anymore because I know it's all pre-taped. Because I want to be excited going into it. They actually put on very good wrestling, better wrestling than WWE personally. I watch a lot of WWE and I watch a lot of independent stuff. And for being on TV, they do a very hell of a good job. They hit a home run this week. Honestly, pay-per-view style matches, what I've been looking for a while. They do it every week. Kind of reminds me of back in the day, WCW. It really does. ECW mixed with WCW. Good wrestling with good stories.
What about you, Rabbit? About
I
like
echo,
thoughts.
I echo the same thing, man. Good wrestling, good stories. I want to see more Bobby Roode and Bobby Lashley mixed up in here somewhere. I like
Hmm.
those two.
I do
But
wonder where's Bobby Lashley. He's got to have a pay-per-view match.
Isn't Bobby Lashley dealing with Bellator right now?
Oh yeah, so he might
Isn't
not
he
make it.
doing the whole Bellator thing? Isn't he like all about Bellator right now? Like
He,
Belly.
he
I think
had a
from
match.
last,
He had a match last week, so I don't know. Like, what could they have for him on the pay-per-view card? Or do you think they may leave
Well,
him off?
if Austin Aries' contract is running out here soon, I wouldn't mind seeing another Bobby Roode, Bobby Lashley. I wouldn't mind, and maybe turning turning Roode into a heel.
Oh, you gave me an idea, Tech Rail. If Aries doesn't renew his contract before Slammiversary, they could have Rude have Lashley as his tag team partner versus the Wolves.
Yeah, but most fans would tell you. Most fans are still clamoring for another Bobby Leslie Rude match.
So
yeah.
we're joined live on here with T-Sean. T-Sean, anything you want to say about TNA?
It's the legendary T-Sean Houston. Yeah. Well, tonight I'm by way of by way of accident. I wasn't able to finish watching TNA because I was interrupted by a female. Y'all know how those things go.
Those good interruptions right there, player.
Run it. Come again. Let me hear that again.
Those good interruptions right there.
Oh yeah, it was a glorious interruption. But I have been listening for a hot minute. America linked me in just for a second. So y'all mean to tell me Kurt Angle he beat Spud, of course, and Austin Aries, right?
Yeah, but the Spud match was it was a good match. Like Spud put on a good effort.
I thought Kurt Angle put over Spud pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think Spud's looking really good right about now.
So, America, are you saying that it played out the way I kind of said it was going to play out with Spud? You know, because a lot of people thinking that some cheese was going to happen or Spud was going to do something cheap or dirty. But, I mean, like I said, it was going to be a straight-up match. It was just going to be one that Kurt Angle was going to put over, as Tech just said. He's going to put over Spud. I mean, but not as in letting him beat him, but show that he can hang a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you had the 3 S Division matches. The winners, Low Key, Guerrero, and not Manic, but Tigre Uno. Out of those 3 names, who would you want to see as Division champion? And also, there's a little wrench in here. Graham says he wants to be S Division champion, so they may throw him into it and make it a 4-way.
Okay, I'm lost for a second. There was a Destination X today. There was no X Division Ultimate X match?
No, there was 3 qualifying matches. And
it was kind of like a tournament kind of thing.
Yeah, and they
hold up. Are they gonna do like they did? I think last year, or 2013, where they it was a 2-part series of the X Division, the Destination Ultimate X. Destination X. Y'all know if y'all remember that when they did it was like a 2-part series where it was like part 1, then they did part 2 the next week.
Well, they really haven't announced when the match is going to take place. They just did a qualifying.
My assumption is they're going to have that title match next week, and that'll be your part 2.
But I'm hoping it's going to be in the Ultimate X. I mean, that's the signature match. I don't understand why that wasn't a part of tonight. But that's Destination X.
Nice X Division matches, though, man. Some nice matches. Manic. What's his name? Mandrews, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Mandrews got put over tonight a little bit with that match. I think the crowd was popping for him.
I like DJZ too.
And DJZ, that storyline's going to be pretty good. The one with,
you forgot about my man Jesse Collins. He came out there and did something.
He did beat up. He beat up DJZ. Also, I remember this. Yeah, the S Division match, the 3-way, is not going to take place next week because next week is taped, and the week after that is going to be a live show. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, next week is taped, and the week after that week is going to be a live show. So it's either going to be a live title match for the S Division title on the live show or at Slammiversary.
I don't know. Can we get it sooner than Slammiversary? Because I would like to see maybe like a Kenny King or a Low Key versus the new, X Division champion.
I can see that, but I guess they could build a storyline with all 3 or 4 in 2-3 weeks, and then have it culminate at Slammiversary. But T-Sean, who would you like to see out of those 4 or 3 as S Division champion?
What you're speaking of Low Key, Bram, Tigre Uno, and who else was it?
Grado.
Grado made it.
Yeah, Grado, great. That was great. Yeah, Grado won.
Yo, look at T-Sean's face. His whole thing. His whole thing.
That should be a meme and a half. Oh my God, Grado, motherfucking Grado, really? He's there.
Who was he fucking? I mean, that's what I want to know. Who was he fucking? Because I'm not understanding it. Who is he related to? Because how is that type of bullshit? How is he?
He's Shark Boy 2.0.
I mean,
but he's not even.
I just don't want to see him, and I want to see him as a funny character, not as a wrestler. He can't wrestle.
I mean, well, obviously TNA is doing it to get over, of course, the British boot camp. They're probably doing, just to get that some little buzz. Somebody, apparently, Grado, Fatto, whatever the fuck he is, he's from British boot camp, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was funny though. He had the sweatsuit on. It back that joint pouring sweat.
Pouring sweat. I think that was water, personally.
Yeah, it was funny.
It seems to me is that TNA they're doing a cheap plug like WWE is doing with NXT. They're plugging in British boot camp, putting somebody of some odd relevance. That just makes me just disgusted with TNA right now. Great up, well is.
When you watch the match, though, I'll say this: Grado, he was very entertaining tonight.
Grado is a good actor, but not a wrestler.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't even want to hear that shit. America, now you
until he got into the ring, it was terrible.
Yeah, give him some barbecue and let him be on the side.
Matter of fact, America, just because you said it, you're suspended now. You will now only do reviews of New Japan Pro Wrestling from now on. That's it. You can't do not NAN, TNA, Ring of Honor, or WWE. Matter of fact, you can do only Ring of Honor. How about that? I'm gonna give you that shit. You can only do Ring of Honor.
What did T-Sean think of Ring of Honor?
T-Sean didn't watch Ring of Honor. I'm going to review Ring of Honor, and because I was distracted all the way around. I got to watch a little bit of TNA, and then something happened. But
chicks came in the room, and that's the rest of it.
So what y'all think? Brooke gonna take the belt?
I hope not. I hope Brooke doesn't take it.
I hope not.
What was that shit with Awesome Kong? And I didn't get that part with what was the follow-up from there? Did Awesome Kong come out? Or what happened?
Yeah, Awesome Kong came out and pretty much knocked out Jade and Marty Bell, technically.
Yeah, beforehand,
I love me some
Taryn Terrell said that she's going to have a match with Awesome Kong, but then this week she said the match is going to be a lingerie match. And the only way Kong could be in it is if she had a lingerie on. But Kong came out and just said, no lingerie, I'm just going to knock these bitches the fuck out.
TNA, y'all need to stop it. I'll turn Awesome Kong into Mother Love. Don't do that. I know what they're trying to do.
I really think they should give her a break, though. She need to start talking. She need a character.
American, then I alluded to that once before. I said that, it's time for Awesome Kong. She can talk. She got a good mouthpiece on her. It's about time. I mean, don't make a TNA. They haven't been like W. They're not gonna. Hopefully, they're not gonna make her a joke. But don't turn into a goofy joke. Just go ahead and let her. Yeah, let her go ahead and use that mouthpiece because she can run her trap. I saw the promo she was doing against Lady Topper on WrestleCade. She can talk some shit. So I look forward to her character evolving, being able to utilize some language and words against each other.
I should like Lady Topper.
Oh yeah. Good. Shout out to Lady Topper too. Twitter friends, all over and Instagram.
No, which one you like? Lady Topper or Havoc?
She what now?
Would you like, Lady Topper or Havoc?
Okay, Lady Topper, if you're viewing this, your man, he knows what's up. Lady Topper, because I want to fuck her. Mm. No. I'm sorry to do this, America, but I gotta do this. No, Havoc, because I want that racist bitch. I want to shoot a load in her face. Matter of fact, I like Havoc. on the nigga sauce, and I said it on your show here, American, just because she's hot on the nigga sauce and she hates blacks or whatever the fuck, but she's just racist all around. I want to give her that lavender love in her face. So I would rather fuck
American's face is priceless.
She has big titties and ass, so I can understand that. Yeah.
I've had sex with a racist girl before. Well, she wasn't technically racist. Her family was, but I did my part for my people.
How two people, Claire?
All right. If you will, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, what about the Brooke thing? The Brooke going for the women's title. I like Brooke, but I think this kind of came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere.
Her fucking chin is like, man, you can't miss her. I mean, no, come on now. I'm like, look, I know y'all like, man, beggars can't be choosy. Don't be picky with these women, but I got a lot of beautiful women. But I can talk about this. Her fucking chin is just kind of,
I didn't know she was that small to turn Terrell.
Oh, yeah, her chin is bigger than Terrence Terrell. I was ready for her to say, oh, shit, what the big ass shit. I said, God damn, she got a square head. I hate for her to cut her hair because, goddamn, she doesn't put the fucking block. But she's still beautiful, though.
Yes.
So, please don't come after me.
I don't know. Her and Turn might be a good match, though. I don't think we've seen that match yet.
Turn, her broadcast fault.
I think that match happened like 2 weeks ago, but I guess they need to bring in some new knockouts because Terrence Terrell really has nobody new to face. Like, I guess that's it.
She already destroyed Gail Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Broke her fingers.
She got something going on with Kong. I don't want to do a match of Rain and Love. I don't want to deal with them two.
You could bring back some. You could bring back somebody from old knockouts. You could bring somebody back that are not with TNA anymore.
Oh, some new girls on it.
Bring back Taylor Wilde. All right, I love that.
Oh, you got Velvet Sky back.
You know what? Damn, Terrell, you just said. I think that's who they're gonna have get the belt off the dollhouse. Damn, Tech, why you say that, man? God damn.
Well, she's got bigger fake boobs now, and she's got a different face look.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yep. She
looks angry.
Now, Tech is going to what I talked to you about, American, about the somehow how they're going to work their storyline, because it's going to happen. Beautiful people are going to reform to face the dollhouse. It's going to happen. So Tech is kind of really hitting at that area where you can have I guess the storyline matchup there is where Velvet has a chance to fight the champion, and she's going to come to get her ass kicked by the dollhouse, but she's going to need help, and she has to go to the two people that know her best, and then you will have that dollhouse versus the beautiful people, which they'll be making history again because there'll be two female factions going at it. Two huge female factions going at
But
it.
you gotta have Kong in all that too, one way or another. She's got to fit into there somewhere for like a title, somewhat.
Or just her own separate storyline.
Or you could have the beautiful people, you know, like what Taryn Jarrell and the Dollhouse did, screw over her, and Kong wins the title.
I'll up you one more. How about the Dollhouse recruit Havoc, and Awesome Kong comes in to be the fourth member of the Beautiful People.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if Dixie Carter wants to, you know, erase his person there.
I don't want to see Havoc at all. Period.
I do. I surely do. I got some she can see. Ooh.
Well, to the other tall bro, the Russian one. What the fuck? She was tall.
Alpha, yeah, the alpha female.
She ain't wrestling no more.
Yeah, she was wrestling indies in like Europe and stuff like that.
You could bring Victoria back. I don't know.
But
Victoria.
She retired and she's bashing TNA because they didn't give her the push she wanted or whatever, something like that. Like she said something about she was backstage and they were in Chicago.
Or you could have the Mickey James thing go on with the whole Revolution thing. Have the Revolution help her win the women's title.
That would be good.
You know, you never know. Maybe you get some since they're trying to do the Bray Wyatt family type deal with the Revolution. You could have a second upcoming woman. You never know, and have Mickey James and her kind of, you know, be like women part of the Revolution type deal and win the title that way.
If I were booking it,
now I like that better.
Well, I put it like this: if I was booking it, I'd have James Storm not recruit Mickey James, make her life a living hell, because Mickey James wants that one more match. Her one more match would be against Terry Terrell, but it'll be a setup by yours truly, the Revolution, to where they kind of do a co-ed or partner up with Dollhouse featuring the Revolution, and they make Mickey James life a living hell on that one, to where her last match against Terry Terrell is pretty fucked up.
That would be interesting, dude. I'd like to see that. That would be cool.
Well,
I mean, think about the commentary between, or the promo between, you know, the Tennessee Cowboy and Terrence Terrell. I mean, just them two coming together, putting together in one.
Do you think Mickey James has one more match, or do you think maybe they'll just continue her part of TNA?
She will have way more than one more match.
I mean, it's gonna start off as just one more match or whatever like that, but it's gonna turn into an all-out war feud. She's gonna need help. Awesome Kong, she'll group up with some girls to fight against the Dollhouse, something like that.
You know, imagine Mickey James making her own faction.
That's what I was basically saying. Like, she gonna get help from her allies. Gail Kim I would say Gail Kim and Awesome Kong is gonna join forces with her to take on the Dollhouse.
You could have a female version of the Four Horsemen.
But see, I think it's too early for all that. I think you still have the Dollhouse got to be your main focus. Same thing happened to the BDC. When you start missing the rise and all up in it, it started getting diluted. You could have did something with the BDC by itself for a minute and got a lot of people on or against them. Same thing with the Dollhouse. Once you start mixing things up in it, you got to do it just with them for a minute.
You got to let them get
just to let everybody know how they do. We don't
you
even know all their
finishing moves. You gotta let them have a couple of months in TNA before, you know. Still haven't seen Jade yet. We still haven't seen what Jade can do.
Exactly.
We still haven't seen Marty Bell yet do full potential. Which I think Jade's amazing, personally.
I guess the biggest problem we're having right now, and it was the TNA is going to continue having, is that they need more TV time. They need Destination Man needs to put the explosion on the air. You know, that's one of the main things, to get more of these characters seen and, get them across right now, because Impact is just not enough. You know, there's a lot of characters
Well,
enough.
if you read in the news, Dixie Carter's trying to do a reality show. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that was kind of old. She announced that way back when. She announced that way before they got the actual TV deal. That was a part of the deal them having the reality show as well, in the behind the scenes shit and all that shit going on.
See what happened? She
So
needed
what?
Destination America to back her more. Instead of
So
getting RoH, they
what
should have
day?
gave her
What day?
another hour.
What day, T-Shawn, would you like to see Explosion on?
Explosion, I would say, go ahead and take Explosion to Fridays then, if that's, or
I think he put it on 6 o'clock Saturday night. For real. They got a Wednesday and Saturday.
Or you
I
move
know
up
back in the day
Impact
when I was coming
Wrestling.
up, Saturday night was night for wrestling.
Or you could move up Impact Wrestling to Tuesdays, and then have Tuesday, Thursdays.
yeah, true. We want to say, we said that a long time ago.
Well,
Yeah.
T-Shawn, you still didn't give the answer of who do you want to see as S-Division champion out of those four.
I say Bram, most definitely Bram. The guy's excellent on the fucking mic. He's his character is loony as hell. It's very believable. He's a fucking vicious threat, and he can carry that title to a whole nother height. He's extreme like a motherfucker. So he's shown that he has aerial attacks. I don't know if y'all remember the match when I believe he was
And Bram needs his own title called the Hardcore title.
no, he needs the X Division title and just take it to a whole nother height with his, because I forget who he did that. He did the aerial attack on somebody. It was crazy seeing him do it, but he crashed and burned on it. But it was just epic seeing him. I think it was.
Was it against Magnus?
I think it was against Magnus, but he was fighting somebody else as well. But anyways, most definitely, Bram is 100%. The guy has character, charisma, everything. He has everything, the total package. He needs the X Division title because he can move it to another level.
Imagine he makes the X Division title like a Hardcore title.
That's what I'm saying. With his hardcore background and his aerial, because he rarely does his aerial assaults, but he's able to do them. He's able to go extreme and do crazy shit. So most definitely, Bram, 100%. I think everybody would vote for me if I said who they would put in Bram, because Bram is he's a story on his own.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the last thing.
I think whoever been the talent relations, whoever been doing talent relations for TNA for like the last year and a half, been doing a good job. Man. Let me go bring some good talent in there and revamping talent that was already there.
Isn't Billy Corgan doing the whole talent relations now?
Now
he is. So let's see what he can do. Hopefully he keeps the good vibes going.
Well, T-Shawn, this is gonna be the last thing.
They put a lot of wrestlers in over the last year. They made a lot of new characters too.
Well, T-Shawn, this is the last thing right here. Me, Tech Rev, and Red, we were talking about this. Do you feel like the S Division title is devalued when people trade in for the World Heavyweight title shot?
No. It's actually now valued. But at the same time, because I had this thought once before. I was like, no, it shouldn't be traded in. But then again, I was like, well, they actually show value of it when they don't accept the World Heavyweight Challenge. They say, no, I'm gonna continue to defend this title. I'm gonna keep this belt. Who was it that turned down the World Heavyweight title?
Nobody has. Everybody who's took an option C has taken it. It's Austin Aries started it, and then it was Chris Sabin, and then it was Austin Aries again, and then it was Rockstar Spud. Everybody's taking it.
Hey, Rabbit, I have a question for you. On your phone, real quick, sorry for interrupting. On your phone, do you receive messages, like through Google Hangouts?
I think so, yeah.
All right, I'm going to send you something real quick.
I think somebody did talk to they didn't cash in.
I think everybody cashed it in. I mean, like I was saying, you have to cash that in. It's championship time. You don't see nobody on TV with the X Division title. The heavyweight title is the one that gets all the fame. You need that. That's what you're wrestling for. That. If you that close to it, it's Destination X time. You gotta give it up.
Hey, look at America. I remember somebody not cashing in the X Division title. They went ahead and defended it.
I'm trying to like who had. I think it's always been cashed in. Like
No, he didn't cash it in one time.
let me go to all the S Division champions real quick. Let me see.
And Rabbit, what I sent you was since you like WCW, Goldberg's back, by the way. He's doing a couple of promotion stuff. Supposedly he wrestled his first match in a long while. He speared the shit out of Scott Steiner just recently.
That's my favorite wrestler ever, right there, Scott Steiner. Big Papa Pump.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Global Force Wrestling.
So Goldberg.
Scott Steiner.
Goldberg? Oh, yeah. No,
okay.
Holla, if you hear me.
Scott Steiner was the shit though in WCW, dude. The Steiner recliner.
And look, one thing about it, he was the best at sucking at promos, but it didn't matter. He didn't have to talk slick to you. Just him fuck up his promos was good enough. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
Hey, Sid Vicious was the same way though.
And still scared the shit out of you, and still got his point across. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. He can fuck up, he can botch a promo, and still make it a good promo. Most definitely he's Hall of Fame.
Well, when he get down there to the ring, he was the man. Big Papa Pump.
Hey, the Steiner brothers were amazing, Bo, back in the day too.
Well, when he switched over to Big Papa Pump was when he started getting.
Why are they not in the Hall of Fame? Steiner brothers be in the Hall of Fame.
Every S Division guy who's after obviously has cashed in. Aries started it. Aries started it. He cashed in. Chris Sabin was the second. He cashed in. And Aries again cashed in. And then Rockstar Spud, he's the fourth. He cashed in. Everybody has cashed in options.
Damn.
Yeah. Everybody gonna cash it in. Ain't nobody gonna.
If Scott Steiner gets in the Hall of Fame, in the WWE Hall of Fame, T-Shawn, I want to see Chyna be there. I want her to be there. Personally.
Yeah, Stephanie's not going to allow that to happen.
Do you guys know the number one thing that WWE has to do to really sell out next year? What to really sell, like basically. I'm sorry, I guess we're done talking about Impact, but I guess we can float on this one. I think what they need to do, since you brought up Chyna, in order to really build those ratings like that, to really get that pop of and that pull that shock value, bring Chyna back in WWE.
That would be nice. That would be really great.
Yeah, to do an angle with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, because it will be totally unexpected, and everybody believes that it will never happen. That should never show up again. And then, there was a big complaint about what he said on her about her in the interview, and it really hurt. So I feel like it shouldn't have been Ronda Rousey. It should have been The Rock and Chyna. I feel like, that's what it should be. I think that if she was to stop on Raw one night and just fuck up the whole situation, I think that would be great. I think people would really. It'll send chills down the whole rest of the community to where most definitely WrestleMania has to be seen. Chyna's back.
That would be epic.
Yeah, it would be epic.
Well, I think I'm gonna go and shut this off because I got some girl that she wants me to call her or whatever, so I'm gonna have to, get my T-Shawn on for the night.
Oh.
So, guys, any final last words?
Ring of Honor needs to get some camera support, like serious, and better production, serious, for being in the big times.
Yeah. Oh, Tech Rabbit, did you watch the episode from yesterday?
What episode?
Most definitely. Check it out. It's on American Icons channel right here, as people see right now.
I'll make sure.
Yeah, TNA. You know the reasons why people hate TNA, and it's an epic.
I really don't get why people hate on TNA, man. TNA is a good byproduct.
Well, it's a good episode. Russell Talk Media, and for those that are viewing now, hashtag Russell Talk Media in your Facebook search engines, and add yourself to the group, because it's like everybody's adding themselves now and becoming more active in the actual group. So hashtag Russell Talk Media, and we got some more episodes coming up, ain't that right, America?
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully next week we can get out. I think Tech Rev and Rabbit they should join next week. You know, in that discussion of why do people hate TNA. You know, the more the merrier.
And also to say to the viewers or whatever like that, we also have a lot of different people that are going to be interviewed, a lot of well-known people as far as in the wrestling community. I'm not going to drop too many names right now. We'll just drop any names right now. You start seeing recognizable wrestlers and people in the community, wrestling community on the show. Just be happy.
Cool.
She was in lingerie tonight. Yes, yes.
Thanks for guys having me, and hopefully I could be in more of your guys' podcast.
Yeah, welcome back to Tech, man. Welcome back to Tech, man. Where he been? This is guy.
I've been busy doing things for another wrestling guy called Coco Sports. Really nice man.
Hold on. American, you got to take over there at Coco Sports. Shout out to Dave at Coco Sports, man. That's my.
Just to plug in one thing here while I'm here. Any of you guys, if you don't have cable, I stream all the wrestling events on Popular TV. That's where American was watching it. Because I was recording it off of a game capture card.
Hold on.
And TNA.
Did you record TNA tonight?
Yeah.
Send me that link. I got it. Thank you. Fucking genius.
I archived it. Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it straight up on Dailymotion. I'll send you a link.
I want the link. I need the link immediately, like to now. I want to finish watching my show. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. We'll catch you guys later. Oh, is Money in the Bank this week?
No, it's this weekend, Sunday.
Yeah, that's Sunday.
Wow. Out of nowhere.
Kevin Owens for the win. John Cena.
Hashtag Russell Talk Media. Add yourself to Facebook.
Link to everything will be in the description. The Facebook, these guys' YouTubes, and Rabbit. What you probably have to mess me. What you have, like, you want your Twitter, like, in the description, like, you have any other social media?
Yeah, just Twitter, Rabbit Jones. That's it.
Okay, I'll put that in the description. So everything, Geek Essentials, Rockstar Talk Media, their YouTubes, all that. I don't want to put mine in the description because you're watching on my channel, so it'll be weird with me my own YouTube. That's stupid. But anyway, we'll get out of here. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
See ya.